Hello, hello. Give me just a minute to get everything set up. And as you get here, make sure that you say hello and let me know that you're here. Just a couple more things here as we always have to do. Well, we don't have to, but we choose to, right? There we go. All right, and then let me pull this up on my phone. Make sure it's showing up properly. Just all right. Oops. All right. Got that. Whoops. There we go. Got that going now? All right, so let me make sure. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. And my phone's ringing. All right, well, hello, hello. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Vicki Poole. I'm a master transformational coach and a hypnotist. And I'm here as founder of the Stand Up and Stand Out community. And then my YouTube channel at Vicki Sue Poole. I've got one that is Belief Reframe. I have my book out. There's The Light Beyond the Map. There is so much goodness going on all the time. Yet, you know, as life is, it can be quite hectic sometimes. It can be a little bit, hold on a second. Hey, stop. It can be a little bit stressful, right? And it's interesting as I've had a little bit of a stressful day, I'll be honest with you. And so as I was getting things set up, one of my friends had posted that she was having a challenging day today. And I thought, okay, so must be something in the air. And so this is perfect. So if you're a person that's been maybe under a little bit of stress, then this is definitely going to be helpful for you. And my dog is driving me crazy. Hey, Ren, stop. So, you know, stress shows up in all kinds of ways, right? So you can share with me in the comments how maybe it shows up for you, but it can be racing thoughts, tight shoulders, and that's what I get. I get the tight shoulders, and I can even get to where it feels like my arms are way too heavy. I can't hardly lift them up. I can get stressed, and that's how it feels. It can be irritability. Somebody says something that's not even meant to be anything, and suddenly you fly off the handle about it. Procrastination masked as perfectionism, that can be a stress symptom. Interesting, huh? Right? So the world moves fast, but our nervous system doesn't need to. So today's reminder for you is that you have more power than you think to shift the moment. And it's like we make decisions all the time. And so it's important for us to be aware that we can change that state of being. So one of the things, I'm going to take you through a little breathing exercise in just a moment. But one of the things that I did earlier when I was actually on a Zoom call, and so my friend was kind of trying to proverbially talk me off the ledge kind of thing, you know, because I was stressed. But it was like she had to put me on hold and she was dealing with something. And it was like I could just feel my shoulders getting really tight and heavy, and my arms felt like I couldn't lift them up. So it was like, okay, whew. I started my breathing exercises. And so that's one of the things, no matter where you are, if something starts happening where you can feel just a little bit of tension in your body before it gets to be a big deal, let's do this. So I'm going to show you how to do this, and it's very easy to do. And breathe like you mean it. And when in doubt, exhale it out. So when you're not sure, am I really that stressed? Go ahead and do it anyway. So what I want you to do is we're going to inhale for a count of 4. We're going to hold it for a count of 4, and then we're going to exhale for a count of 8. And one of the things that that does is it helps that fight or flight that your body ends up getting into. And that's why you feel all that, because you're like, when my arms and everything I said were getting too heavy, it's because when you're in that stressed situation, your body's going back to many, many, many years ago, where you might have had stress because you were having to run from a saber tooth tiger, or however you say it, from some danger, right? And so what happens is your body starts sending all of the energy to your legs so that you can move. And so that's why I feel like with me, it's like I feel it right here first. It's like I'll feel this right here getting really tight. And then I can feel my arms feeling very heavy. And so I have to breathe through it, and then everything's fine, right? So we're going to do this, and we're going to repeat it 3 times, because that exhale being twice as long as the inhale and the hold actually helps that system to just calm down and relax. All right, so let me see if I've got anybody asking any questions over here. All right. All right, so let me get back to my notes. All right, so what we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to inhale for 4, hold it for 4, and exhale for 8. Now, to me, what really helps me is, I don't know why, but it's putting my hands on my heart. And those that haven't seen yet, I've been doing a daily just sending out peace, love, and light. And that's just me breathing and thinking and sharing peace, love, and light. And I've been doing it on my YouTube and my TikTok. And I'm sorry, my dog has the ball. I don't know if you can hear it, but if you hear the squeaking, it's just him playing with the ball. All right, so let's go ahead. So hands on your heart, and just breathe in for a count of 4 and hold it and let it go. Let's do it again. Inhale for 4. Hold it for 4. And let it out. And then one more time. Inhale for 4. Hold it. And breathe it out. And that tells your body, we're safe. We're okay. We don't have to worry. We don't have to run. We don't have to hide. And give your body the chance to just calm down. I even recommend this before you start eating a meal, because most of the time we're in a stress state. We've been doing, and we're just really not having a lot of time to just relax before we sit down for our meal. We're busy people, right? I know I am, and I really think you guys are too. And so I will do this breathing before I eat, because like I said, the reason my shoulders and my arms start getting heavy is because the blood flow starts going to your legs so that you can run, right? Well, one of the things that your body will not do if it's in that flight, because it needs the energy for your legs and the running, it's not going to digest the food. So your food ends up just sitting there until you get a little more calmed down. So that's why a lot of people have so many issues when they eat. So utilize this before you eat and just see what kind of difference that makes for you. And I would love to hear in the comments, send me a direct message, whatever you want to do, and give me an idea if you can feel a difference. Now, the other thing that we want to do is we're trying to calm down, but we're not running away from the feeling, because it's there for something, right? So we want to name what you're feeling. So your stress is one of the things that just kind of amplifies whatever's going wrong, whatever is really there. The stress just kind of expands it. So we want to say it out loud or we want to write it down. So you might say something as simple as, I'm feeling overwhelmed because. And the reason that that works, it's naming it puts you back in the driver's seat. It puts you back in control. Because it's like if you've ever been in a car when you hit ice and if you're not, your hands aren't on the wheel's just going everywhere and you're just spinning, right? But if you can over direct in one way or another, you can control a little bit more where the car's going. So we don't want to just take our hands off the wheel and let it just spin. We want to be able to name it, which is putting your hands on the wheel and moving your life where you want to go, right? Get back in the driver's seat. So then the next thing is to take a micro action. Because when you're under stress, and I know like when I was really stressed earlier, it's like I had this list of all these things that I needed to do. And there was one more piled on top of it and with this emotional one piled on top of it. And it just felt like there was too much, right? And how many of you have ever felt that too much? It's just too much. I can't do one more thing, right? We all have. If you haven't, I don't know that you're a human. I will just say, because stress says, I got to do everything right now. And your intuition says, one step is enough. So when you calm down, you de-stress with your breath, you name what you're feeling, and then you say, okay, one step is enough. So then you ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do right now to support myself? So it could be drinking some water, sending an email, stepping outside. That's one of the ones that works well for me. But like today, it was I closed my eyes for 2 minutes and just did breathing. And that really, really helped me to get into a different place so that I wasn't so stressed and feeling it, because stress shows up in your body in so many ways, right? There's like if you've got a joint that's hurting, I'd say it kind of links back somewhere to stress. And when you talk to some people who have diseases, those people usually have been under a lot of stress. Now, that's not always the case, but the majority of them, there's some kind of stress that they're not dealing with. And so the best thing you can do for yourself, your health, and your body and your mind is to handle the stress. And like I said, there's 3 ways you can shift it. So the first one we went over, you breathe like you mean it. Do your 4-4-8 breaths. Do it 3 times. And then the second thing is name what you're feeling. Give it a name, or either say it out loud or write it down. Like, I'm feeling overwhelmed because blank. Puts you back in the driver's seat. You've got your hands on the wheel, right? And then the third thing is understand that you don't have to do everything right now. Whatever's going on, you can stop and just breathe and then figure out one step is enough. What's the one small thing I can do right now to support myself? Now, I didn't say what's the one small thing I can do right now to not be stressed, because it's kind of like when somebody says, don't picture an elephant. And then as soon as you do that, that's all you can see is an elephant in your mind, right? So that's not what we do. It's one small thing that I can do right now to support myself, right? And so I'm going to go ahead and, where's my thing? I'm going to share our affirmation. All right, so hold on. Hold the phone. All right. So our affirmation to support us today is I release the pressure to do it all. I return to my breath, my body, and the next right step. Doesn't that feel delicious, right? Oh, I release the pressure to do it all. I return to my breath, my body, and the next right step. Beautiful, right? All right. So you'll have to let me know and make sure you write that down and you put it somewhere that you're going to see it today. And let's see where I need to look. Okay. So put it somewhere that you see it today. I like to put it on my sticky notes and put it somewhere. I like to put it on use a chalk marker and put it on a mirror in my bathroom because I see that a lot, right? Sometimes if I know I'm going to be in the car for a bit, I'll have 2 little index cards and I'll put one on each side of the visor. So whether I've got it down to protect my eyes from the sun or I've got it up, I can see my affirmation. And then anytime I would stop at a red light, I would read it because the more you can bring this into yourself, the better you're going to be, right? Heck, put it on a piece of paper and stick it to the fridge, but use it, okay? All right, so now our journal prompt. You ready for the journal prompt? All right. What is one area of my life that feels heavy? And what would feel like a lighter choice today? Right? And maybe you have a lot of heaviness in your life. I mean, some of the things that people deal with on a regular basis, it can be mind-blowing because I feel so grateful that, I have the stress just because like one of my friends said, well, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't have any stress? And I said, well, then we would be dead because there's stress serves a purpose, right? It wakes us up to something that's going on that we need to deal with, right? Maybe it's the stress helps us see that we need to take a different road. We need to take a different path. Maybe the stress is that you're doing too much and you need to just relax and let go. So it serves a purpose, just like when you've got, let's say, for instance, you have, you broke your ankle and it never hurt. Then you would keep walking on that ankle and injure it more and more and more and more until suddenly you couldn't walk. And you'd say, well, it never hurt. But the fact that something hurts is usually an indicator that this needs attention, right? So pain and anxiety and stress serve a purpose. It helps us to move into a different direction, whether it just means we take some time to ourselves, we do our breath and we release, whatever it means, right? So what is one area of life that feels heavy and what would feel like a lighter choice today? So like I always recommend, get out your notebook, your journal, and you put down the affirmation, the journal prompt, you put the date, and then you say them out loud, which you don't really have to, but it helps. And then set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes. And just when you set that timer, you don't have to keep saying the affirmation in the journal prompt to yourself. Your subconscious mind already knows. So you set that timer and then you step into silence. So you're sitting, you're laying down, whatever you're doing, and you just go silent. And sometimes what I have to do to keep my mind from just constantly going off into nowhere's land, right, is I will actually name sounds that I hear. Like right now, I can hear somebody mowing the lawn across the street. I can hear the hum from my computer. I can hear the dog moving around. So you label them. What is that sound that I hear? It's like, and there's a fan in the other room, fan, so just keep doing that. And as you begin doing this, it's your mind wanders a lot more. So you just keep coming back to the silence, to the sounds, to your breath. And then when you suddenly notice that your mind's wandering again, you just come right back and you keep doing that until the timer goes off. And that's when you pick up your pen, your pencil, and you just start brain dumping everything. Now, this says one area of your life that feels heavy. Maybe for you, there's more than one. Just write anything down that comes up. And sometimes what shows up is something that we don't even think has anything to do with anything. But I promise you, it is really, really important that you just brain dump whatever shows up, write it down, whether it feels like it's relevant or not. Because for some reason, your subconscious mind is wanting to get it out. So it helps you in some way, even if it feels like it doesn't pertain to anything. It's a purging of something that you need to let out. So like I said, just write and write. And when you get finished, then you look at it. And you say, okay, so if you came up with several areas that were heavy in your life, then you say, okay, let me start with one. Which one do I start with? And that's the one I start with. Right? So breathe and then start. What would make it feel lighter? Write that down. So I'm hoping that if you've had any stress in your life lately, which most of us have had some, it's just everybody has different levels, right? So allow that stress to just float away. I've given you 3 really powerful ways to do that. I've shared the affirmation and the journal prompt with you that will support you in that too. So the thing is that I would love for you to comment below what helps you come back to calm when stress takes over. Because together we can build a toolkit that we might help other people be able to do it in even more profound way too. All right. Well, it has been amazing to be here with you guys. And I am sorry. I know I had sent a message that said I would be on at 2:00, but like I said, I had some stressful stuff going on. I was right in the middle of a call and things went longer than I anticipated. So it was like, okay, just take some breaths, calm down just a few minutes, and then we'll get on here. So I apologize for being late, but I'm here and that's what matters. And you're here, and that's what matters. And if you're here watching the replay, put #replay. I would love to be able to support you in however way you need supported. And just really quick, I have my school group that I have started, and right now it's a free week, and there's so much content in there already, and I'm constantly, not constantly, I'm creating content on a regular basis, let's say that, and putting that in there. But if you, I'll put the link in the comments or in the description. I don't know where I'll put it, but you look for it, and then you can go and you can join for a week for free. And then after that, it's $9 a month or $50 for the year. So it's not that big of an investment. And there's a lot of content already in there between journals and PDFs and hypnosis recordings and lessons. And there's so much in there. So whether you're stressed, you're wanting to have a better body, whether you're wanting confidence, if you're looking for ways to expand your business, I got you. All right. So you definitely, if you want to be in the school group, definitely do that. Get your free week. Let me know your thoughts. And if there's something that you're looking for that's not in there, let me know. And I will do everything I can to get it in there for you. I promise. All right. So you guys have an amazing day filled with love, peace, and laughter. Mwah. Love you guys.